That be it. It is I, the Lord of the Land. Hey, welcome to episode 209 of Front Seat Gamer. I'm Nick. I'm here with Paul.
Hello.
And Blake.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
guys.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
Good. Good enough. Good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough. Good enough for this. I don't know what that means. Let's move on.
Good enough for this.
Let's
That's the energy we want. Eh? Good enough for this.
Let's kick it off with questions. We do that now. Fuwasan asks, "Hey, in order to help Slippery Jim's human and potentially others, could you reintroduce yourselves briefly? Also, obviously, cold or hot pizza." Great idea, great question.
Yep.
I am Nick. I met these two fellows working at Grinding Gear Games on a game called Path of Exile, where I worked on that game for about 7 years, and then left when I had a kid.
You were a designer, right?
I was a game designer. I still am a game designer.
What's your biggest claim to fame at GGG?
The most notable thing I did probably was like invent Einhar.
Oh yes, that's right. We have talked about this. Yeah.
Like I did a lot of
the most iconic NPC in the entire game.
Yeah, that I mean, there's a few NPCs that I would say are pretty iconic that I was either very very heavily involved in or straight up came up with. I also invented a few like mainstay build types.
Oh yeah.
So like the autocast builds.
Really?
So I made an item called Scold's Bridle. Back in Torment League. It was one of the Torment League items, and the mechanic was that when you used a skill, you would damage yourself, which would allow you to proc your cast when damage taken items. And with some supporters, I managed supporter items for a long time, and one of the supporter items I really liked working on with that supporter was Heartbound Loop, which was an item that would, I'm trying to remember specifically what it would do. I think it was when your minions died, you would take damage.
Okay.
Which would let you resummon minions. So, like, a build that came about as a result of this was that you could basically have summon skeletons constantly summoning and killing skeletons, which would allow you to proc lots of different cast when damage taken skills. And the auto bomber build was born.
That's cool. Wow.
So that was sort of that's an example of what I worked on. Paul,
Hello.
who are you? Why are you here?
I was the temporary replacement. So there.
Yeah, that's true. You were a temporary replacement. Still looking.
Yep.
One day.
No, I'm also GGG from. I've been there like 11 years or something.
Yeah, you joined a few months after I joined, if I recall.
You sat behind me.
Yep. You replaced a guy called Andy. He was the original web dev.
He was the second web dev.
Oh, he was the second web dev. And then he left to do... I think he did game design for a while at a different company. And then
Andy did, yeah.
You stepped in to replace him?
Yep. I had a month to learn.
Oh my god.
I found out on the first day I started that
he
had just accepted a different job offer as game designer somewhere else.
That has happened a couple of times in the history of GGG. I remember one of the
level designers.
No. Oh, well, I was thinking of one of the animators.
Oh, okay.
Got hired, and then literally like 2 weeks later, suddenly became the lead animator because the original animator left.
I remember. When Joel was the only level designer.
Oh, actually, yes.
Then Josiah
You're right.
came, and then Joel left.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Just throwing people in the deep end.
Yeah. I mean, my first 2 weeks or 3 weeks was spent making bosses for Invasion League. Shiver Shell. That's another example of something I did. One of my first things at GGG was working on bosses for Invasion League, and Shiver Shell was a boss where you would attack it and it would spawn sand spitters. And the rate at which it would spawn sand speeders was based on the flat life it was losing, which meant that in a group it would have more life, so it would spawn more sand speeders before it died. And when it got to low health on its second form, it would cast Vol Detonate Dead.
Oh God.
And so
Oh God.
there's a very classic video of, I think it was Pokes was like a streamer at the time.
Yeah.
There and a few other streamers were on the ledge fighting Shiver Shell the first time they'd encountered it.
Yep.
The ground is littered with dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of sand speeder corpses. Yep. And then the whole party wipes when this wave of Detonate Dead passes straight through them.
Yep. Detonate Dead was like super dangerous. That's not the only like one shot.
No,
I've seen.
There was the twin Alera.
Yep.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Alera detonated the other Alera.
Yep. Classic. Yep.
Great.
Blake, who are you? Why are you
Who
here?
Who am I? I'm Blake. I am. I started off as a environment artist, the first environment artist, actually. First, where that was my actual job title.
Yeah.
There was other 3D artists before, but everyone before, because it was
They were generalists.
Generalists, right? Because it was such a small studio.
Yeah, do everything.
I think I was the first like specific environment artist.
Yeah.
And when I first joined, I was terrified they were going to get me to do like animation or something like that, because I was like, I'd come from a mobile studio before where I was the only artist and I had to do everything.
Yeah.
And it was okay for a mobile game. I could kind of get away with the
janky animations.
But for like what I considered a real game.
this would have been like what, 2006 or 2007?
No, it was much later. It was like 2012 is when I joined.
Okay, but your mobile studio days.
Oh yeah, my mobile studio days was like 2010, 2011.
So you would expect some janky animations.
Yeah. But now I'm the lead environment artist, and I manage a team of like, I think 10 or 11 people, and spend all my days just not really doing Maya, like 3D work, but looking at issue tracking and
now
all that sort of stuff.
It's all
spreadsheets.
All the admin.
It's all the admin.
Yep.
Which I found I really do like. Like people might be surprised because, or not surprised because I'm constantly playing management games.
Yeah. Wasn't surprised. In fact, what I think I was surprised to hear that you liked management, but when I was then not surprised at all to hear.
Yeah.
I
didn't know I would like it. I just sort of found that I did.
Yep.
GGG for quite a while, and I guess they're still like that. Try to promote, try to have leaders in departments kind of emerge.
Yeah,
and that has basically happened in like all the departments I can think of. Like I've never seen someone be hired from outside who then becomes the lead of a department.
Yeah, and
if that does happen, they are like. They're hired, and then it's like 2 or 3 years, and then they become the lead type of thing, because they
work their way.
They work their way, kind of. Yeah.
Yep. And now Blake, we'll start with you. Hot or cold pizza?
Oh, this is hot or cold leftover pizza.
Yeah. So the question we used to ask, generally when we had guests.
Yeah.
We don't have guests anymore. What's happened, Blake?
Laziness, but also. I changed this is some inside stuff. I upgraded my computer a couple of years ago, and for some reason, I cannot have more than 3 mics.
Yep.
So that's part of the problem. And when we do have a guest, it's like I have to remove the I have an audio cable for sound, right? So I can actually hear the thing. I have to not have that and just hope that it sounds okay.
Yeah. So that's scary.
Yeah. But hot cold leftover pizza.
Yeah.
I used to, long-time listeners, I was a real fan and like for cold leftover pizza.
Right.
I have changed my mind. But
you changed your ways.
But only because I got an air fryer. And reheating pizza in an air fryer is fantastic.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fair.
Paul?
Hot. But I'll microwave and then throw it in a frying pan.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Also hot. This is the correct answer.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone's finally come around to my original position.
I still will have cold pizza. Like I still stand by my fact that it has cold pizza becomes its own food by itself.
Okay, doesn't make it good.
Yeah, you might be right.
I mean, leave cream out long enough, it becomes its own thing, right?
Yeah.
I like sour cream,
Yeah.
but no one's like cream or sour cream. Which one are you gonna put in your coffee? Right?
Hot sour cream or cold?
Yeah,
it's
gonna be hot, and I will do air fryer or I'll do oven. 10 minutes in the oven.
Yeah. I was for a while a fan of if you've got a sandwich press,
Mm.
you put two pieces together,
Yeah.
Right, and basically make a quesadilla.
Or as the
Kind
Italians
of.
call it, a calzone.
Is it? Is that a calzone? What's a quesadilla?
Quesadilla is it's two
Tortillas.
tortillas with cheese in the middle, but a calzone is just an enclosed pizza.
Oh yeah, okay, I meant calzone. We don't get much of that food around here.
You don't get Italian food?
No.
We don't get Italian food, I say, as I'm putting two slices of pizza together.
I would not call Pizza Hut pizza Italian food.
Okay.
I'm not saying, hey,
sure.
let's go to an Italian restaurant.
Like the Italian restaurant that's literally up the road from GGG.
Yeah.
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 The quite nice one.
I do actually think that calzones might be like the perfect form of pizza. It's a little pocket.
You would be the least liked character on Parks and Recreation.
I haven't seen it, so
okay. I really like calzones as well, but there's a running gag in Parks and Recreation about how much everyone hates calzones.
I don't actually think I've had one. Like a real.
Have you had an empanada?
What's that? We don't get much.
It's like a
Italian food
calzone.
around here.
Have you had? Have you had?
We're very far from Italy.
It's basically a giant pizza dumpling.
Oh no, I've definitely not had that.
Like, but the calzone is just basically a giant pizza.
Oh, okay.
Like it's.
I've seen them for sale. I've just never had them. I can just make it at home. I get two pieces and smush them together.
The biggest problem with the calzone is that the insides are
nuclear.
a temperature that nothing else can reach.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, there's often you kind of have to puncture it and let the steam escape. You can almost hear a whistle.
Yeah.
I do love a good calzone. I forget where, but there was like dessert calzones.
Oh,
those were good.
Yeah.
Like it was like chocolate and marshmallow inside, like a s'more.
Yeah.
Basically. Oh, so good.
What? Maybe I should know the answer to this, but where do you stand on dessert pizzas?
It really depends on the toppings.
Yeah.
It's like some of them are like banana and chocolate. And I don't care for banana, so bleh. But then I've had some exceptional. I've had like pear and white chocolate and custard. And like that was really good.
I don't think I've ever had a good dessert pizza. They always feel like, oh, this is going to be amazing, and then it's like disappointing.
Okay. You're wrong again.
Yeah.
I think this is another case of cold pizza blindness here, where you're gonna be like,
I should have put it. I
just because I don't know what a good one looks like. I just assume it's bad.
Yeah. What's the base of a dessert pizza? Is it just regular pizza base, or is it like a proper?
It's a regular pizza base.
Yeah. See, I feel like it should be some sort of donut.
What do you think a donut's made out of?
Nah, it's not the same. It's like a standard pizza base, but you've just put like chocolate on instead of.
What you're saying is, instead of bread, I want.
Should be like a cronut. Imagine a cronut base or something like that. Like this is a dessert pizza.
Can you imagine trying to eat it with a cronut base?
Yeah, that's not feasible. It's
coming
just
apart.
tall.
I don't know. I just think that the base being bread feels weird to me.
What do you think a donut is? It's bread.
Yeah, but that's sweet bread.
What do you? Dough is in the name.
There are two different kinds of donuts, right? There are the cake ones and the bread ones.
Yes, true. And I do love a cake donut, but I don't think I would like a cake base for a dessert pizza. There's something nice about having like a chewy base covered in a sweet topping. It's like a bit like have you never had like a sweet roll?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and do you like them?
They're fine.
But,
It would be better if it was a donut. If it was a cronut, would be now we're talking.
Oh, and you know what? It would be even better if it was ice cream. You're saying you want a different thing. What are you talking about? What is the argument here?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I it would be better if it was a different thing. Yeah,
Sure. So it's not for you, is what you're saying.
I think it's just not for me.
I will one day. We'll go to a place and we will have a delicious dessert.
It probably is
Pizza.
that I have never had a good dessert pizza from a good place.
Yeah. Correct.
You know, that's it. And so my opinion is jaded.
Yeah. Because you talked about pizza being Pizza Hut pizza. My guess is most of the dessert pizzas you've had have been Pizza Hut dessert pizzas.
No.
Or
it was Hell's Pizza.
Oh, yeah. No. Here's...
Yep.
So in this video game podcast, let's talk about pizza for a while.
Hey, that was the question got brought up.
The thing about Hell Pizza is they're very good with their ethical ingredients.
Yeah.
But the actual quality of the pizza for the price is not very good. But you're paying for the sourcing.
Yeah.
Which, I can understand and I can appreciate.
It's only the first layer above the base.
Huh?
The sourcing.
Oh, man. That's
good.
I hate that I like that.
That was quick, man.
All right.
That was so quick.
I needed to get us off pizza.
Yeah, that was good. Well, Amongolin asks, after the episode, I got baited into trying sci-fi myself. While it looks like your standard idle incremental game, the fact that the growth is exponential makes it not so straightforward. The math behind it is rather hard to comprehend, and choosing the best upgrades isn't obvious. The other day, I picked the cost of crew members, ship evolution, and tier 1 generators reduced 10 times. At first, I thought it would be really good, but after some time, realized it's pretty worthless. For comparison, something like 1.2 x multiplier to tier 4 generators would give me more, even though it doesn't sound anywhere as impactful. It's only been 2 weeks, but I'm enjoying it so far, and not sure if I reached the part which you called a game changer. Well, we'll start at the end there. You have not reached the part.
He's got another month and a half, right?
Maybe more.
Oh, God.
My guess is he's definitely unlocked looping, obviously. Probably unlocked shards.
And that's the game, right?
There's the one after that.
Yeah,
changed
I would
the
say you're two ships away from getting to like where things start getting spicy. I would say like very spicy. I up until this point it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't. The nature of the game doesn't shift much until Zeus, I would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say Moglin's assessment is pretty accurate. But it's also a case of one of the things I like about this game is something that you can perceive as not particularly impactful initially becomes very impactful over time. So he assessed this thing the times 10 or the crew cost divided by 10 to not be impactful. Or he first assessed it to be very impactful, and then he assessed it to not be very impactful. And I think that is correct, but then you get enough of those and it is very impactful.
Yeah.
Because you've gone from like your ship upgrade cost being like E700 to being E500, which is enormous.
Yeah.
It just takes a long time for the impact to reveal itself. And you're, in fact, not even necessarily going to notice it. Which you could consider a flaw.
But do you have to keep getting that upgrade over and over? Or is this just
There's a cap. You can get it 200 times.
But if you don't know, if you get it and you're like, oh, it's not as impactful as I thought, you might not want to get it then again.
It's possible, but the nature of the game is that like 1 or 2 loops later, it's so cheap that it makes no difference to whether or not like you just get it because you can get it, and it doesn't cost. It doesn't prevent. There's no opportunity cost.
I get you.
So yeah, you end up kind of getting everything. The order in which you get these things will impact the speed of your advancement, and so that initial assessment is important. But yeah, there's no perk on the tree that doesn't progress you in some way, especially long term. Yep.
Good game. I've heard a lot about.
Yeah, Paul and I were talking about it before the podcast, much to Blake's chagrin.
Probably put it at the end.
You sounded so disappointed about like even considering it.
The look on Blake's face was one of defeat. Okay, so let's talk about some games. Yeah?
Oh, do we do that?
Sometimes, when there's time.
Let's go back to pizza.
So I think last time, 2 weeks ago,
yes,
exactly 2 weeks ago, we talked about, I played some Path of Exile.
Oh, right. Yes,
Yeah.
because we had the big 050 update that was in-game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
So it was PoE 2. I played through the campaign, beat it.
That's great.
Got to maps and then stopped.
Why?
Mainly, there's 2 reasons. One is I've played enough maps in
Mm.
PoE 1 that like I don't. It doesn't have the draw
Mhm.
for me anymore. But the main reason I think is actually because I was hitting technical hitches where
Oh.
I play on a wireless connection. My router is in the house. My PC is in an office about 20 meters away, maybe. And there's an extender, a range extender in the
Yeah.
garage that helps.
Oh, wait. Are you playing in your office that is like not the house, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you're basically in a different building.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so latency is somewhat of an issue, not huge. But really the actual problem is inconsistency.
Yeah.
So I was getting packet loss basically,
Yep.
where like I would, and it was worst when lots of things were happening on screen at once. So there's lots and lots and lots of data packets flying around, and it would lose one, and the game would freeze, and it was trying to reconnect, and it would never reconnect.
Oh, no.
And somewhere on the server, I'm already dead.
Yep.
So
That's a bummer.
It should pause.
it pauses locally.
It should pause on the server.
Well, no, because the server doesn't know that it's disconnected.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well,
it receives. I mean, I shouldn't go too much into it, but for the most part, it knows.
okay. Well, what I can tell you is when I'm playing, and in the rare occasions where it would reconnect, it would fast forward a bunch of stuff, and my character would be attacked a bunch of times, and I would die.
Yeah. Okay. If it does the fast forward, you're not disconnected. You're just waiting to receive all of the packets that
Yeah. So that was the
told
problem.
you were dead.
Yeah. So that basically I would be in this frozen state. It wasn't actually disconnecting me; it was freezing me.
Yep.
And the length of time would be indeterminable. Sometimes it would be a couple seconds, and sometimes it would be infinite number of minutes until I say, "Okay, I'm just going to go to the character select screen."
That's a bummer.
And so, and I basically the stopping point for me was I hit the first Delirium map.
Oh,
And
right.
Delirium just has a ton of stuff going on.
Yes. Yep.
It was not as bad as I used to have this problem when PoE 2 first came out, and I was doing the Trials of the Sekima. And there are areas in the trials where there are things that emit hundreds of fireballs, and that I would like hit the switch that would start the traps, and then it would just freeze, and I would never be able to finish the trial. So there were problems.
Have you thought of getting a cable running out there?
I could, but I'm not going to do that. It's not really feasible.
Yeah,
with the arrangement. And like I said, maps doesn't hold as much interest for me as like the campaign does at this point. So I beat the campaign.
Did you previous to 050, did you get to maps before?
Yes, I did.
So
it was more random.
Yes,
from what I remember.
So that was the big change for anyone that's not like.
Well, that end didn't you add stuff for the campaign? This one, no.
Did we add
maybe
stuff?
No,
in the campaign?
previous
not
one.
really.
It had been a while.
We added some minor things to the camp. We did change some things in the campaign to help, like
bridge the gap,
flow. I guess.
Yeah, there was some like directional stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Hints
there was
to where things are.
Yeah, there was some directional stuff that helped you like go into the right direction. There was.
You also had like a bridging act. Where's that?
Oh, that was previous. That was. I can't remember when we did that one.
Okay.
But yeah, that'd been in for a while.
Yeah. Well, it had been. I think I played during the original beta, and then I haven't played. I guess it'd been like a year.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a big difference then.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a whole new because
we
added
new act and then a whole sub act.
Yeah.
So I had a good time. I played a lightning spear character. There are things I really like, and there are things that I don't like as much. One of the things I don't like as much, I think, are the role that uniques play.
Oh, okay.
It is, I think, what and admit this could be some ignorance here, or showing like a lack of. I have not looked through all of the uniques in PoE 2, But in PoE 1, the rules of uniques kind of sat above the rules of everything else, if that makes sense. So like you would have a unique that would say something, and it would that would flow down through all of your stats. So like the uniques would be kind of the final layer of customization of a build's rules, rule set.
Yep.
And it felt a little bit more like the uniques were supporting the rules on the gems in this. So like oftentimes you would get an item, and it would be like providing a utility or something to something that that the gem wants you to do. So like in the there I got, and this is obviously a very low level unique, so it may be a poor example, but there's a crossbow that says that when you use it, if you've reloaded recently, I think, then you don't use ammo for like a certain number of seconds.
I know that crossbow.
And that what that does is it kind of just supports the rules of the gems, which are more about how much ammo you can store.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't necessarily change how.
I guess
it doesn't change how your build will operate.
Just makes it better.
It makes it kind of better.
Yeah.
But also because it's tied to a weapon, the lifespan of that is very, very short. Because it makes it better until any other weapon does more damage.
Yeah. I very rarely use uniques.
That's kind of my point, I think. Is the role that uniques play is much more supportive than directional.
Yeah, I would have a unique temporarily if it's like gives some good stats or whatever. But not necessarily like build a whole build around it.
Yeah.
I did in this in this league, I went and got the grenade crossbow.
Yep.
Which is definitely something that I wanted to make a grenade build anyway.
Yeah.
And then that just happened to come out, so I was like, oh, that's great. I'll use that. And like it is kind of like you say, it just makes that build better. It didn't.
Yeah. It didn't change it.
It added a that crossbow added a it had its own skill on it where after I can't remember what it did. It like lowered every shot lowers the cooldown of your grenades, or lowers the recharge. Yeah, the cooldown of your grenades. And it gives you a stack of this buff that like lowers the cooldown. Once you get to 10, you have no cooldown, so you can just like go nuts.
Grenades.
Yeah, and like that's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it does just sort of make my
it does eventually
build better.
It does enable a grenades only build kind of. There's still the setup of you have to hit enough shots for this, and then you have to sustain it.
Yeah, you have to sustain it. It was a unique that I got once I got into maps.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, I think like an example using like the heartbound loop it changes what your build is in PoE 1. Like you put that on, and now you are the minion cycling build or whatever.
I think there's some of those later, but I don't think that you get them as much during the campaign.
Yeah.
Or at least I remember during the live stream for 050, there were a couple of uniques in there that I really wanted to play with, but then it was like
you have to hit
I'd have
70
to
or whatever.
Yeah, I'd have to get to late game first and then be on a character that can switch to that.
Yes.
And then...
Yes. So I think that's also part of it. It seemed to me that, and again, like I didn't get any super high level uniques because I only kind of made it to maps. But seems like the uniques, at least during leveling, are just to support the core gem functionality, which is just not necessarily always the case for the original Path of Exile, where a lot of the low level uniques were actually build defining, and the trade off is power.
Yeah, I don't know enough uniques to kind of like really say for sure. Didn't we add Facebreaker? Like that's a build defining
but that's also in PoE 1.
Yeah, sure, but
I want to see some new stuff, right? I want to see what does PoE 2 look like when you're like what's the craziest, what is a righteous fire?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. There's builds of the weeks that use that use uniques, I think, in actual like unique ways. So
I'm sure there are.
like
sure
there definitely is, but like
Dude, I think
I don't know
it
enough
matters in
about
degrees.
yeah, I don't know enough about all the uniques
Mm.
to really be able to say, because myself I basically just like I only really like used that one.
Yep.
That was the only
grenade
one
one.
I actually like really the only time I've made a build where I've actually sought out a unique for
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm really just like I like to just like make it up as I go.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
In fact, that was what I was doing
Yeah.
originally. I was playing. I played some lightning spear. It was really sluggish,
Mm.
and so I swapped over to a mercenary,
Oh yeah.
and I was playing with crossbows. No, I think I was playing. I was playing lightning spear until I got a good crossbow. I
Right.
think I got a unique crossbow, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just play this instead." And then I was playing the mercenary, and around about the same point where I got the crossbow unique, I got a good spear unique, and so I swapped, or maybe it was just like a good spear or something
Yeah.
like that. So I swapped back to the lightning spear, and I was like, "Oh, this is
man.
way better."
Ah, cool.
I was one other thing I think I noticed was like I was struggling to get certain gear slots for quite a while. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think I got an amulet until Act 2.
Well, actually, you know what? I noticed that in this league as well. Like in past leagues, I was like geared up great.
Yeah.
But then in this league, yeah, I did notice that, man, I've been using the same amulet for like ages and
Yeah.
I've not really like changed.
Yeah. Which is just PoE 1 amulet rarity was the lowest of all of the slots.
Mm.
But this was very
Yeah.
and it might just be a case of there's less loot that drops in PoE 2 because I know
Yeah.
that was a thing.
Did you do any of the like gambling to get
Oh
gear?
yeah.
I did for weapons.
Okay.
And that was
Mm.
in fact that is basically where the only thing I gambled on was weapons because much like PoE 1, damage is your gatekeeper.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you can kill monsters fast enough,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what your other stats are doing.
Did you get into the crafting much?
Only as a consequence of the gambling. So like I would buy a bunch of spears.
Yeah.
I would find ones that had good basic attack rolls, and then I would just spend some currency to fill out the remaining slots and hope for something good.
Okay. You didn't do any because this league for some reason was just like raining down essences. Did you?
I didn't
did
use
you find
any
that? I was
essences.
just like getting so
I
many
had
essences.
quite a few, but that's not how I got most of my gear. I was doing the just using currency and then using the sockets to add stuff.
I was for a while, quite a while. I was like using essence and then, currency, and then doing the abyssal.
Yeah, the abyss
crafting.
thing was really good as well.
Yes, the abyssal crafting,
and then
was
the
quite strong.
sockets. Yeah, the sockets that were the runes and stuff. Yeah.
It was quite easy to get a weapon that would carry me through the campaign. Like,
Yeah.
I maybe upgraded 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I think crafting from the perspective of enabling the player to pass through the campaign is a huge success.
Yeah, because people had complained, I think, in the past that crafting was really just it's just currency rolls and then hoping for the best.
Yeah, it's gambling.
Yes,
it's just another form of gambling. It's all chance based, but you can give yourself good odds.
Yeah.
By using different systems and
Yeah.
And if you just got enough systems playing with each other, it can be reasonably straightforward to get to something that's good enough.
Yeah, you spend like 100,000 gold, you get 20 spears. 3 of them might be good enough attack rolls. Then you use your currency on them, and you see what you get, and hopefully one of them is just better than the one you're currently using.
Yep. There's the I always forget to use them, but aren't there in ritual? There's stuff that can affect rolls on like like currency rolls on things. But I'm sure there's one that also affects like the gambling shop as well.
There,
I can't remember, but like I always forget to use those things. Like they seem so useful, and
there
I
was
always
one where it's like if you have it in your inventory, it's free or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. And I always forget to like look at those before doing anything, and then I'm like, oh, I've got all these things just sitting here. And
I used one
about
that was I think it was like when you exalt it, it exalts twice or something like that.
Yeah.
And I used I tried to use it because I didn't properly read it. I had it in my inventory, and then when it didn't work, it was like, oh, you have to right click it
Yeah,
first.
you have to
or
right click it. Yeah,
something.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
it does say when you have this in
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
inventory. It
yeah,
doesn't say you
yeah.
have to activate it.
Like
as
I
well.
said, I didn't.
I think I might have done a similar thing once, and then been like, "Oh wait, you have to."
Yeah, and I get
Yeah.
why.
Yes,
it
'cause you
says
don't wanna
something that
go,
you
"Oh,
want
no."
to you want to opt into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
You've just
that's not what my
loot,
brain did.
you've just come back from looting, like getting them all from
Yeah.
an area, and then whoops, I accidentally.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Used them all
the
up
most
straight away.
expensive one. When,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, PoE 2. It's a good game.
Did you have a league that you particularly liked? Because this,
Oh, like League mechanic.
yeah. So in this in 050, we have added all these on the in-game map. We've added all these sections
Yeah.
of the league, and throughout the campaign, we introduce you to
Bunch of them.
these things. But
Yeah.
it sounds like you probably didn't get very far in the actual in-game map to actually get to one of those
No.
league hubs.
So I mean, I'll tell you the ones I got to experience the campaign a little bit through maps. So campaign, obviously, you've got like the torment version, which is like spirit animal spirits.
yeah.
I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
I think I don't know that I like that. And weirdly enough, I don't know that I like it as much as the original Torment. I realized that the original
really?
Torment, or at least what the original Torment's intent was, I realized it was very janky. But the original Torment, you would chase a ghost, and there was essentially functionally a time limit because the ghost would vanish. You could either kill the ghost, or you could try and chase the ghost into a monster. There was like player autonomy there. Like you were making a decision about how you approach the ghost, what you do with this opportunity. Yeah, you could herd.
I remember that was a thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
herding,
Oh yeah,
There
people
were
running
vacuum
around.
builds, right?
Yeah.
And it was like it was server breaking at the time,
Yeah.
if I recall. So like, but like there were options available for the player to engage with the ghost in different ways and get different results. And in this, it was like the ghost looks for a rare monster, and you just follow it.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I also did not necessarily understand what the ghost's impact was quite often. Sometimes it was like,
I mean, obviously it made it stronger, but it would always add, at least for me, it almost always added some sort of like
there was one that was like stampeding bulls.
Yeah, bestial ghost skill.
But there was like a bunny one that I don't know what it did. There was like an owl one that I think there was like a frost thing, but it was pretty unnoticeable. So I think that one was, while the execution was stronger, the impact was weaker.
That's interesting. I have had that in past leagues when I was playing with friends. I have had one of those Asmeri spirits go into a monster and like basically party wipe us.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that happening. Like, and it could just be a case of I didn't see the rare ones. You know, the Vol one.
The temple.
Yeah. Building the temple is cool. I like that.
Did you feel Blueprints vibes?
A little bit, I guess.
Oh, in the sense that you're putting down rooms.
Yeah, I guess. Only. But
they also like interact with each other.
Yeah,
but upgrade each other and stuff.
I've played enough like sort of city building.
Yeah,
like what it actually kind of reminded me of is like one of the what was that company called? There's a game from a long time ago called Game Dev Story.
Oh yes, I know that. Yeah.
And
you mean that style art?
No, more like the Game Dev Story. The dev made a bunch of other games here. What are they called? Kairosoft.
Oh, okay.
Kairosoft makes lots of little cute simulators.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like plunking things down on a grid.
Yes.
And you usually get adjacency bonuses and sometimes there's like gameplay on those things. So it reminded me a bit of that. I didn't have any I think the temple building is cooler than the temple building in the original. But the lead up to that, where you're just killing monsters over a circle, much weaker.
Yep.
Like in the original, it was like a time trial to clear a room, and that was intense, high pressure, and there's a clear reward for succeeding.
Yeah,
and also you had choice. You killed one of two bosses, and the other one escapes. Right, that was literally the mechanic. And so you're making a choice, and the choice has payoff.
Yep.
In this, there's no choice, and the payoff is better.
Yep.
Like more player autonomy. You're building this thing, but that's only the payoff.
Yeah. I I don't know. I do think that, in my opinion, maybe it's fine for endgame, but I do think like because you have to do I think 6 of those to do a temple
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
I think that's too many. Like it honestly just feels like I'd want to do maybe 3 and then do a temple run. It just feels
Well,
because by the end of campaign, I think you've only done maybe 2 temple runs in the whole.
yes,
At
that's
least
true.
and it just feels like you've not. To me, I don't feel like I've experienced enough of it. Really.
Yeah, especially the first time you do it, your temple is nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
Mhm.
second time you do it, your temple leads to a boss, and
in-
which I think is introducing the actual mechanic of the league,
Yes.
which is like the ability to sort of augment the rooms.
And there's this whole thing. Maybe it's just because I want people to see the art more, because there is this whole thing. There are 2 temples. There's a past temple and a present temple.
Yeah.
And the idea was that you go through the present day temple with a limited amount of like rooms that you can put down, and you get familiar with it there, and then there's this big reveal at during Act 3 that you can go to this past version,
Yeah.
and now it's all like shiny and everything, and not overgrown and cool, and you have access to like the full like range of rooms that you can
Yeah.
put down. But now currently you only see the present day temple once, and then you do the past temple, and then it's endgame. So I don't feel like you appreciate the actual like change.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, see, there, we put so much work into that, and it was fine during the league because these things were in every single area, so you went through it like multiple times.
Yeah.
But
now
you
that's all
go,
called out.
you go through it once in the present, and then you go okay, and then you just don't get that.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the other ones. I think it's Ultimatum, where there's like a sort of monolith looking thing in the middle, and monsters spawn around the outside and run towards you. And your
Ritual.
Ritual. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Ultimatum is
Ultimatum
the
is
trials.
the trial,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
does have a room where there's a monolith in the middle and everything spawns
Yeah,
around.
that's true. That's true. Okay, I meant Ritual.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, Ritual. Yep.
That's introduced really, really early.
Yes.
And actually, it was introduced in a way that was very confusing.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, you get it in like the Thorn Vale or whatever, like
you get it in
the Crowbell
hunting grounds.
Yeah, that's
yes.
the one.
Yes.
I don't know what I call it, Thorn Vale.
I mean,
Where did that name
it is. There are thorns everywhere.
Anyway, you counter it there,
Mm.
and it tells you that there's another one in the area.
Oh, right.
But as far as I could tell, what it was actually doing is telling you to go up the ladder. To,
Yeah,
like,
I think it
village
means
above.
area as in the act.
Yeah. But like you
Not
do this
like
thing,
the
you
actual
don't get a
area you're at.
reward, you don't get
Yeah,
offered anything,
yeah,
and then you
yeah.
go upstairs and you do like 3 more or whatever,
Yeah.
and you fight this boss, and there's still no reward. It's only narrative.
Oh no, there is a reward. You
No.
can you click on the
I didn't get an opportunity to do it. There's
What?
nothing showed up. And I
No,
went
you
back into
click
the
the
area.
pillar.
you click the ritual object.
I did.
What?
Nothing showed up, man.
But it shows up like the first time after you kill the first things in the circle. You can click it and there'll be rewards.
Didn't show up for me.
There's literal rewards there, and you basically
Yeah,
like
I know how it works.
you know how it works. Yeah, yeah.
You get a resource and you can spend it
Yeah,
on the thing.
and you can-
And I did it in the maps.
Yeah.
So like that, I know it does work, but when
Yeah.
I did it in the campaign, nothing. I didn't
Oh,
get
man.
any reward. Maybe I probably screwed it up. I left the area when I came back and I tried to click on it, nothing showed up. So I don't know. Maybe just me goofing around. But that one's almost identical to I think the
Yeah.
Wii1's version.
yeah.
So whether you like that or not
Yep.
is it's just kind of
Yeah.
another version of Breach.
Cool stuff in a circle.
Yes, it's stuff in a circle.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about? Did you do any of the Breach?
Didn't see any
What?
Breach.
Breach gets introduced in Endgame.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Well, this is about like the Endgame stuff, right? Where before you were just sort of like thrown into this endless map, and you were told there's this like monolith there.
Yep.
You can go. You should probably go to it. So you go to it, and then you find you need like 3 keys, and they're somewhere.
Yeah.
And you just aimlessly wander around,
Yep.
hoping to find these 3 keys.
Yep.
Now there is like a proper step-by-step narrative that I really like. Where you
I got to the first of the peaks or whatever, and
Oh,
I saw a cutscene where walls rise up.
Yes.
And
Cutscene's sick.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
cutscene's super cool.
I wasn't expecting a cutscene, so that was neat. So yeah, I experienced some of that, and I
Mhm.
think providing a direction is always great.
Yeah,
Especially
Did
for
you get any womb gifts?
womb gifts.
Womb gifts.
well, no, he didn't do any
I've got
breach.
2 of them at home. What are you
but
talking about?
you can't sacrifice them to a tree to get like more amulets.
I mean, I'm not allowed to. But in theory.
But yeah, like I was trying to say that the new endgame kind of eases you into the sort of main endgame campaign, which is
Yep.
this big fortress that rises up out of the ground.
Yep.
But also the league mechanics that are
Yeah.
also scattered around. They have these hubs all around the place with clear biomes
Yeah.
of
Of the mechanic.
of the mechanic.
Yeah.
So like the Abyss one has these huge cracks
Yeah.
in the actual like Atlas map, and
Sure.
the ritual one, it's all this like dark spooky
That's all cool.
forest. It's all super cool like that. But I really like that you start off and your first quest is to you go to this tower that is like 2 maps away.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then the big
Yeah.
things rise up. The big fortress rises up, and then they're like, "Oh, go to that one," and that's like I think 4 maps away, And then the next thing is like I think maybe
Breadcrumbs you further and further.
yeah,
and
just like
further.
6
Yeah.
maps away. So it's just like a little bit further out every time until there is a kind of natural point where, okay, you come to this point where you can branch. You have to branch to go to 2 different areas inside this fortress. And to me, that was like a really nice part where I was like, okay, I could continue this, but this is going to be a lot of, it's going to be a lot of time. I could look around at the other league areas and path over to some of those, and some of them are like much like real close, and it just gave me a nice off ramp.
Yeah.
That didn't feel like, because I hate games that are just like you feel like the main campaign is just like you got to go here, we got to go here, we got to go here.
It held your hand.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then
it gave you
do your thing.
It gave you a nice point where you can like branch off and do other things. And by that point, I think this is totally random, but every few maps you are introduced to a new to one of the
mechanics.
One of the league mechanics. And I think it's random because I've asked other people like, "Oh, what did you get first?" And everyone seems to have a different thing that they've got.
Mine was delirium.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I hit that and I was like, "Oh, fun!" And then I tried to do it, and it just I was like, "Oh, nope."
Okay. I think mine was breach, which is great because like the breach one was like super close. Like so, I started hitting down there. But it was great, and you just like pursue the ones that you are interested in, really.
So we'll talk about Abyss because I experienced some of that in the campaign. It's very similar to the original Abyss, as far as I can tell.
I think it's slightly different,
except that sometimes you get a hole to jump down.
Oh yes, but I think slightly different because I think rather than
backtracking,
there's no backtracking because you used to be chasing this crack, and now you just kind of come
closing an
across
existing one.
You're closing existing ones. Yeah, you used to be chasing it because it was opening.
Yeah,
and now you're
right. I see what you're saying.
You come across it and it's already.
I actually found that, and it might just be because I came from the original Abyss and into this new one, and it was a little confusing because I was like, "Oh, it closed," and I didn't get anything, or it was like, "Oh, I must have been too slow," and it took me a while to figure out what was actually going on. But I really liked that I got to jump down into a sub area.
I love that, man. It's my favorite thing in the whole. Like that is why it's my favorite league, because you jump into there, you feel like you're getting a bonus.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
What else?
What did you think of that sub area?
It's neat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The environments were very good.
Thank you.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I don't like the rares that go invulnerable until they can do their pathing thing to do their attack.
Oh, yep.
Because if you're playing minions, they can't path, and then they just hang around until you can let them go. My pet peeve of those areas.
What I think are there any other mechanics? Rogue Exiles.
Oh right, yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, that's cool.
They seem. I like that it says what they're carrying.
Yes,
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It's good.
Great.
Had a good time.
Yeah. Did you play much of it, Paul?
We also fell off early on in maps because I was playing with Stacey and we ended up we got busy for a little bit or something, and then Unless I sort of consistently play, I stop.
Maps is the falling off point, I suppose. It's just like, when do you fall off?
Yeah. I mean, we fell off early maps. Like,
Yeah,
we'd
yeah.
opened the fortress and then made it to King's March because we went the other way for a
Oh,
little
cool. Yeah.
bit. I was really enjoying it, but it was just like life got in the way.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot. Like,
Mm.
that's the thing, is like, there is a lot to do. If you wanted to actually complete it all, and you're not like a streamer who does this like 14 hours a day, that's months of work, I
it
reckon.
is designed to be
Mm,
long. Like
yes.
you spend the
Yes.
majority of your time in
Yeah.
maps.
Mm.
So, yeah.
But yeah,
makes-
dude, I think it's honestly, I'm not biased, but I think it's fantastic because, like, the way it was before with this like sort of aimless wandering,
Yeah.
I did not ever get very far into maps ever. I just felt like, what am I even doing? Like, what am I even? There's no sort of goal to aim for other than wander around and hope you find the thing you're looking for. But in this, it's just like big goal up front, and then all these like side goals that you can complete. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
There's also other little things where there are there's this hunter called Hilda,
Okay.
and you go to her camp, and she will give you like just side quests to go kill these like powerful beasts in other random maps around the place.
Cool.
And then there's other like NPCs as well that do
Kind of
random
Masters
things like that.
style.
Yeah, kind of like that. And that's just another added like cool layer on top of it. I don't know, man, I really like it.
I love random events.
Yeah.
And that was always PoE 1's strength, was just
Mm.
I mean, eventually the sheer number of random events that could show up meant that like any individual playthrough of the campaign felt different from everyone you've done previously. And PoE 2 is starting to hit that point as well, where it's just enough of content randomness. Although I think that part of the problem with the campaign as it is now is that it is static, in a sense of like you have a league mechanic, that this particular league is introducing. In fact, what was this league's mechanic?
It was those like runestones that appear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
we have a whole
We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't
Actually,
talked about that. So we have a whole new like suite of these Kelguran skills that you can get that run off a different like resource that you have to craft your gear to be able to
rune ward. I
your
think.
rune ward. Yeah.
I think that this league was, it's tricky. My guess is it probably was more complex early in its design, and by the time it was launched, the complexity was stripped away. And the reason I say that is because the rune recipes, it feels like there was probably a system where players select the runes and they discover the recipes through experimentation.
Yes.
That would be my guess. And what you end up with is there's just a missing rune, and you choose the recipe you want.
There's just a list of choices.
The runes themselves are irrelevant.
Yeah.
It is just choose your reward. And I had to kind of go digging to understand that the rune also impacts monsters.
Yes, it does. It tells you it's like monsters have this or that. But that's like the monsters that spawn.
Yeah, and you're only choosing one impact.
Yes.
Like the rest of those impacts are already predetermined because all those runes are already there. So there's that, and then there's like the bombing, like the explosive laying stuff.
Yeah, the
is it expedition?
Expedition, yeah.
Yeah. So I never played expedition in PoE 1. I thought that's a cool system.
Yeah, I like expedition.
It was the first time I encountered it, I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
It feels also a bit bad that you can't have it sort of forking.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that, but I don't know. I do think we did a good job, a pretty good job of like kind of clearing up the visual clutter in PoE 2. You might think differently, but then
was it really bad in PoE 1?
It was PoE 1. Okay. You were just looking at it going, I don't even know what I'm like looking at.
Yeah.
Like, there's like signs and glowy things
Yeah.
like all over the
That's-
place, and I don't have a like
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and I feel like in PoE 2 now we've kind of
There's little ones, big ones,
yeah,
and
yeah,
signs.
we've kind of
and
simplified it down, and then you
kind
can
of go.
see,
You know what you should be going
yeah,
for.
you kind of see these clusters that you're kind of like going for.
Yeah, my issue is that from a pathing perspective, I might want to go in two directions a short distance, but I can only really go in one direction a long distance.
I mean, it would be interesting.
A lot of the choice and because it's all down to where you place explosives, right?
Yes.
So the more freedom you have to do that, the less
Yeah,
choice
you
there
just kind
is.
of spam it everywhere, and you get that.
Well,
with,
no. Well, as long as there's a limit.
I mean, it'd have to be
Yeah.
balanced in a way that it's like okay, you can branch it, but it's like less.
If it like halved your number of explosives,
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
What? Why? So
Because it's the
because
entire
it makes you have
thing.
to like choose make a decision basically of
Yeah.
look, I want to. It's more worth branching off and getting these two nodes than
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that sounds great, but
Yeah,
it's the same number of explosives. The choice becomes, oh, there's a reward that's really far away, or there's two rewards that are in opposite directions but they're kind of nearby. Which one do I want to go for? Like,
Man,
I
I don't know,
think
dude.
either way you're getting
between
two, right?
a lot of rewards. So I don't know. I just don't think you should be able to have it all. You should have
Yeah,
to.
But I'm not saying you should be able to have it all. What I'm saying is, I should be able to make a choice between a localized series of lots of explosions versus like a long distance.
But you could just place them in like.
You can do a zigzag, yeah. But like, but there's an exclusionary area, right, between the explosions.
Yeah, but you'd
I'm pretty
still,
sure there's a minimum distance.
Yes, there is a minimum distance, but you'd hit the things.
Maybe
that you
I'm
want to.
maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill here. The first time I encountered it was on an island where it felt like I had a branch, and like I had to choose a side, left or right, basically. And I didn't realize I was making that choice until I'd already placed my first explosive.
You can
undo them.
How am I supposed to know that? Nothing tells me. There's nothing on the screen that's don't worry. There's there was no tutorialization.
Isn't it on the little button?
There's a little legend in the corner.
I didn't even know I was in expedition until I was already doing the mechanic. This
Surprise.
is my point. Is like there was no tutorialization here, and I didn't play expedition in PoE 1. So this is an example. Most of the mechanics in PoE 2 that were carried across to PoE 1 have been culled down in terms of their complexity. And I don't know, maybe this has because I didn't play Expedition, but this Expedition, not that complex.
Yeah.
But it also didn't tell me really any way how to engage with it.
I get you, man.
And I didn't know. All I knew was I was thrown on a beach.
Yeah.
And I suddenly had the ability to place bombs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't even know I was placing bombs. And then all I saw was a bunch of flags and a bunch of signs.
Yep.
And I did all this stuff. Also, the integration of the runestones into Expedition was a bit weird because it looks identical to the core league.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a thing, you click on it, you make a choice, and then there's no way to make it do the thing it normally does.
Yeah.
And there's no reason. No, you have to blow it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally triggered a bunch of them though. And then was like, oh, I wish I'd blown them up.
Oh, you can trigger all of them, but they won't
then be part of the expedition.
No, I mean they'll be part of the expedition, but you still have to blow them up.
You have to blow them up to cause the monsters to spawn.
Yeah. So instead of like you,
this is not like, and I accidentally opened them.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure you didn't blow them up already?
Yes. Because I remember being disappointed that I didn't blow them up.
Well, what would blowing them up have done?
They would then have gotten modifiers from things that had happened before, right?
What? Is that a thing? Blowing up things modify things that come after the things you're blowing up?
That's how it looks in PoE 1. I didn't actually check him.
I actually don't know.
I don't know anything about Expedition. So, all right. This is kind of my point. It's like, okay, there's a bunch of hidden complexity, and all you're told is, you're on an island, blow stuff up.
Blow stuff up, man. Don't worry about it. It's fun.
It's fine. It's fine.
But anyway, back to
you probably, you know what, you would probably want. There is a, well, maybe you already know this because it was in PoE 1, but you on its I'm
sure there's a help
tree
button.
On its tree on that league skill tree.
What league skill tree? I didn't even know that.
It's part of the atlas.
Yeah,
yeah. You need to get to the atlas. But on that league skill tree, there is a skill that turns all your explosives into one giant one.
Okay.
So you can just put that down and blow up everything in one
Cool.
go. There you go.
Neat. But let's talk
Solves
about
all your problems because you don't need to make any choice. You
What-
just plop it down.
what was the name of this current league?
It was Runes of Aldur.
Runes of Aldur.
Yes, that
Yes.
sounds right.
So I think let's talk about this.
Yeah.
The experience in the campaign was
Mm.
reasonably smooth.
Mhm.
It was a bit confusing at first, whereas like you have to find more of these stones, and it
Yeah.
becomes clearer. I think they maybe patched it where like it told you they're in different areas, and they're in specific areas throughout the campaign to get
Yeah.
these big rune stones.
Yes.
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 We talked a little bit about the fact that you kind of have some level of autonomy. You choose the reward, but the rest of the runes are kind of locked in place, and it felt like a culling down of a more complex system. Then you go to these like secret areas or like extra areas within
Yep.
each act, and it unlocks extra elements for crafting.
Mm.
So let's talk about the skills. Sorry,
That
go ahead.
also unlocks some of the runes to find, right? It unlocks some of the recipes that you can
Yeah,
then
it
find
does.
from
It
the
does.
things.
It does.
Sure,
So you get
but
different.
but
it
you
just-
don't have any control over them showing up.
No, but
No.
now they can.
Now they're
Like, that's
possible.
basically
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I did all of those.
Mm.
The side areas were fine, kind of low impact. It seems.
Yeah.
Those felt like there should have been maybe a mini boss or something at the end of those for it to.
Yeah, it kind of did, and there are in some later on ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the campaign, it was just kind of
Yeah.
a
well,
small area of monsters.
it
and
was
then
really just to go in
here's
there,
a reward.
get your reward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still liked them though.
I liked
They
them
felt
too.
like I'd found something cool.
Yeah.
Like something to the way the door rolls open.
Yes, I did
Or,
like.
and if you haven't found all the things yet, it's like, you can't open it yet. And then you got to go
Mm.
find them. And you come back
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, I can open this door now. It rolls away.
I really loved the presentation of it.
Mm.
The skills, I didn't use any of them. I tried to use some
yeah.
of them, and then
I
I was
didn't
like,
like the skills.
yeah,
I
I
used
found them too low impact.
I used one that was basically like culling strike, but you triggered it yourself.
Right.
It was like when an enemy is on like 30%, you can right click them, and they die.
Okay. I mean, I was playing a character that already used Culling Strike, so
Yeah, so was I.
so
Well, as range and grenades, it was good because I could blow
Mm.
up stuff, and then I would see these like little blue orbs above people's heads and just go click, 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 and they
Mm.
die.
and then the rune ward mechanic of it
Mm.
basically being energy shield, but the other end.
Yeah.
That's a really hard thing to notice.
Yes, I think Jonathan mentioned this as well in one of his interviews where he did say that he was playing and then saw that his rune ward was down and was like, "Oh, that must have just like saved me," and
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah. So I think that I think part of the issue is
because there's no visual, and I don't know if there's. I think there is a sound, but like it's not. It's not like when energy shield like comes down and stuff, right? Like,
well, I mean, right now when you get low on health, your screen gets red.
yeah.
And so your screen gets red. It feels like you're about to die,
Yeah.
but you may have heaps of rune ward left.
yeah.
So it probably what it needed was its own screen effect, where like when you
yeah.
approach rune ward, you get some rune ward waviness on the sides of the screens or
Yep.
something like that, and now you know, oh, I'm in the danger territory or something.
Did you like that? Is a sort of that's almost like a side thing though that it saves you because it's also like
It's a resource to spend
resource
on the
that you
skills, but I
spend.
don't care about the skills.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like I saw
Yeah,
a
I
bunch
used
of
it for
skills.
survivability.
I got one thing and I was like, oh, this seems like it's going to enable, like it was like it gives you some resource that begins with E, exploit or
Okay,
equilibrium,
something.
something. It was some element thing, and I was like, oh, I'll use that, and I realized quickly none of my skills utilize that.
I do think that maybe this is just like I don't know where this is. I don't know how this is planned to be changed if it goes core.
Yeah.
But I got the sense that like all the new Calgarian skills, like you could make a cool Calgarian skill build if you knew all the available like skills, you know?
Okay.
Like if you knew
Yeah.
what you were
Sure,
getting,
sure.
what you could do, like you know what I mean. If you knew what you
Eh,
could do, you could make something cool. But it feels like currently it's just like so random that you're just
yeah.
getting these like random skills, and you have
I
no
don't
idea.
know that you could though, because they all use the same resource, and so the
Yes,
more
but some things generate. Like I'm sure I had there were runes on you. There were runes you
There
could
were
get that
things that
would
would
generate more
generate, and
reward. Okay.
yeah, like there's synergy built in there.
Right.
But
Okay.
because the like getting to it is so random, you don't actually kind of like
Well, not only that, but
see it.
these are skills that you're acquiring through gameplay that
Yeah,
takes like you finish the campaign and then maybe you have half of the build.
yeah, I know.
What
But
you have to roll a new character, and then also for
well,
that character to
yeah,
operate, you have to have a bunch of items with rune ward.
yes.
So there are
But you also need to know what's available as well, right? Like you can look on.
let's say you have perfect knowledge.
Yeah,
In the best case scenario, you have to acquire the skills on a first character
yeah,
to create a second character. The second character then also needs gear with rune ward,
yeah,
or those skills literally can't be used.
yeah.
But you do
But that's
you
fine. You
just
can
spend the currency that you got
yeah, you can craft
leveling
it.
that first character in the first place,
Yeah.
right? To
Sure,
add the
but then
rune ward.
you have what 50 rune ward on your first character, and maybe those skills cost significantly more than that.
I don't know, but I feel like
It seems like
this
you have
is
to be able to pivot the whole character
yeah,
late
but
game.
I feel like this
Yeah.
is we're like kind of
Yes,
agreeing here
yes,
because
yes, your point.
it
Yeah.
'cause
It feels like this. Too
feels
many
like there's
pieces.
this cool new like
There's a
set
build
of
in there.
skills that
Yeah.
could have who knows how many builds, but being able to access it is there's like a barrier there
Yes.
of like yeah.
Yes. So, but I think this is basically what the PoE 2 structure of leagues is, which is simple inputs, complex outputs,
Mm,
which is different to PoE 1.
mm,
And I'm not saying one is better or worse. My preference personally is a little more complexity on the input
mm,
for the output. Going back to like the Vol temple,
yeah.
I'm making a choice. I'm having to play through the area quickly.
Yep.
And then the end result is I don't get the complexity of being able to build the temple the way I do in PoE 2,
Mm-hmm.
but I had these choices along the way, and now I see the payoff.
Yep.
Whereas PoE 2, I'm just killing monsters on a circle, and then I'm building a complex temple after the fact.
Yeah.
And it's just personal preference. I totally get that you guys had a good time with the league, and I had a good time with the league as well because of the rewards.
I think I do prefer the PoE2 way. I hadn't thought about it before, but I when I'm going through the campaign, I don't like spending too much time on if I have to go find something else in the area, I feel that as like a downside.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, it's less streamlined.
Yeah.
Right. It is requiring you to explore the area more broadly. It is requiring you to stop and make a choice and think. Whereas in this, literally, the choice is what's your reward.
I do actually. You know what? I do like what you're saying, Paul, because it is like when you're playing through and you encounter these league mechanics, you don't have too much of a choice to make. It doesn't stop the flow of
of
combat.
Gameplay, yeah.
But then the choice comes later where you can decide to do that, like the Val thing, right? Yeah. You're just going through killing monsters, blah blah blah. You're going through. Oh, I can do the Val thing. I can choose to go and actually then spend quite a lot of time
being able to
deciding to do that.
Being able to choose when I want to spend a bunch of time doing a thing versus whether I feel like I'm missing out by not interacting with it along the way.
Yeah.
For me, I'm much more in favor of being able to choose when to put the time into that particular thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I used to in PoE 1, I would just save up heist contracts.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go heist it. And I would just spend ages just doing like contract after contract, like trying to build the dudes up and then and same with Delve. I would not do it for ages and then just spend all the resource in one go. And I'd always aim to be able to store as much as possible.
I think that's how I should have done Delve, because I always did it as soon as I could, and I never felt like I got enough of it.
Yeah. Delve is an interesting one, though, because like if you wait too long, those first ones, because the level's scaling based on depth.
Oh yeah.
If you save it up, you
Uh-huh.
have no challenge and no reward for a super,
Yeah.
super long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Well, it does the fast.
Oh yeah, we did make that
It
change.
skips,
Yeah.
all
I
the
forgot
way
we
down.
did that.
Although you still usually have to, it'll be
You'll still be like 3 or 4 levels behind, and it'll still be very easy for a while.
but you've kind of got the choice of whether you want to go horizontally
yeah,
and
yeah, that's true. That's
farm
true.
or dive.
Anyway, had a good time.
That's good.
Um,
That's
and
cool.
speaking of time, we're out of it. We're way over time, in fact.
Well, just before we go,
Yep.
did you have a favorite league mechanic or just league in general?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like ritual that much. I don't like the click a thing and then kill the stuff.
Ritual stresses me out because depending on sometimes you can get like an open space where there's plenty of room to move around, and then other times you're in like a corridor where like you can't maneuver as well, and you can just like get swarmed by guys, and it can be like quite frustrating.
I think I just kind of like Delirium and Breach. That simple, just there's stuff spawning here, kill it.
I really like the Breach change.
Yeah, the stabilize and then
I really like that. It just because original Breach, it felt like such a rush, like you had to rush, try to get this thing, and once it ran out, that was it. But here it's like it goes out. How does it work? It goes out and then it stops,
and then the rares spawn in the middle.
Yeah.
You need to go kill the rares in the middle.
Yeah, and I just like that more. I think, and I think for me, like Delirium has that same thing where I feel like you got to rush.
Yeah, the downside to Delirium, I don't like that I don't get all the rewards at the end. It drops along the way now,
does it?
Yeah, and so you don't get your big loot pile at the end.
Oh.
I guess you have to backtrack.
So I think Breach. I'm going to go Breach.
It is a bit odd that because when I played Delirium, I noticed there was like a little before it would freeze. There's a little bar that's slowly ticking up, and when I'm running through things, I'm trying to outpace it. I'm assuming. So if items are dropping along the way, but you're also being thrust, pushed, urged to move fast and through the map quickly. Like it means at the end, I have to just go back and I still like Delirium. I didn't listen to the voice lines. I don't know if they're new, if they've changed them, because I wrote the originals.
Oh, right. Well, here's a question. So you did Act 4 for the first time, right?
Yeah.
When you freed him, was it a surprise?
Because there's nothing indicating that was going to happen.
Did you read any, or did you listen to any of pick up on any of the voice things? And that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
It also depends on your character, because I was going through there playing as the witch, and the witch did not believe the woman at all. But then I went through as the mercenary, 100% believed them. But he was like, I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you out of here, Granny. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I don't remember what the Huntress did. But we should go.
All right.
We're out of time.
Yep.
But next time we can talk about some of the other games we played. Paul, you've been playing a bunch of demos on Steam.
Yes.
I've been playing the Star Fox remake and Clair Obscure 33. Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting. I've been playing Crimson Desert.
Well, we've got lots to talk about next time then. Which will be exactly in 2 weeks as always. Yep. If you want to talk to us, email us, frontseatquestion@gmail.com. Ask us questions, we'll answer them. We're on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all the podcast apps. You can follow us on the socials, Facebook, Threads, Twitter, and you can leave a like and comment when you do that. It's great. We love it. Please do it. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I saw someone on the subreddit basically say something along the lines of, they were like, am I doing this wrong? It's taking like 200 hours to get to this point. And someone was like, 200 hours is considered a short to medium run. Typically, 1,000 hours is pretty common.
Yeah. Because 1,000 hours is when you get to the 2 times multiplier on...
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
I mean, I sent you the screenshot of the one I did where I was at like 800 something.
Yeah. Is that billion or million? Because this people are talking about there's a 1 trillion hump, 1 trillion Oro orbs.
Oh, I'm not even. The one I did was to 150 million, I think.
Yeah, so people have been talking that 1 trillion hump is real hard.
I can't
Okay.
even. That's going to be like ages away.
Months, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy the Oro IAP, like the box?
No, I don't think so.
Neither. It's $55, which is a lot, but it gives you 25.
You're getting months and months of content out of this game.
You're getting 25% loot and 25% Oro orbs.
I'll check because I bought something at some point.
$50 is $50 for.
I'm talking about a house, man.
Months. Yeah. Mortgage broker. You guys are $50 short.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
Yeah,
but like it's just gonna make a thing that's really slow be slightly faster.
Well, yeah,
which
it could be half the time though. You know,
it could, but this game's gonna be
it's indefinite. It's of an indefinite length.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go for 150 plus, however many orbs.
Yep.
I'm very early on in Oro still,
and
it's just I feel like I'm doing it wrong because I've been. This is what am I on? Traversal 2 or 3? I don't know where you even see it. But I'm at 208 hours. I'm still only on 135 orbs. Sorry, Blake. I swapped from the orb perk, not the orb perk, the sphere perk that does, because orbs and spheres are different. You got to know this.
I'll just leave the room.
I swapped from the sphere perk that was like 5 E5 shards.
Yeah.
To the level one.
Yeah.
And I think that was a mistake.
I mean, I don't know because I don't know what level you're at, but
I'm now at 119. So like that would be about 2E, I think. E2.
Yeah, but
and it applies to mod points.
Yeah.
As well. But you hit the mod points, you don't really get another E3 shards from it. And shards right now are my biggest gatekeeper for orbs. Because of the like infinite perk or eternity milestone or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So like I think that I swapped it for this run because I also read through the like in the help text in the Oro.
Yeah.
It's got that really long thing, and they're like, yeah, the first one you should get is the level perk one. And I was like, okay, but I had already done a run with the shards, and the shards went really fast, or at least much. It seems like it went better. I don't know. I think this one was a mistake. I could be wrong. Hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Neither.
I kind of just pick what seems cool a lot of the time.
Yeah. I did too. And then I read something and my opinion was swayed in the wrong direction. It's fine.
How much looking up stuff and theory crafting and Googling are you doing while playing this?
Not that much. Here and there. It really depends. I will generally explore a system, and if it feels like, oh, there's too much shit here, or I feel like I'm making a noob mistake or whatever. Like sometimes there are traps in games where it's like the thing you're spending your resource on is actually not as efficient as it first appears or whatever. So if it feels like I'm falling into a trap, I might have a quick look. But other than that, there is one thing I looked up to save myself a lot of suffering and pain, which is like, what level should my Borg be to beat the boss?
Yeah.
Because like I was at level 24, and I was like, can I take a stab at it now? And it's like, no, not even close. You'd have to get to like 27 minimum, 28 recommended.
If you had taken a stab, what would you have lost?
probably 50 hours of progression,
Oh,
like
yeah, okay.
probably more than that. Like it
Yeah.
would have slowed down the rate at which I would have caught up to the point where I could beat the boss.
Yep. So
quite a lot.
it's good to look up something like that because you're basically saving yourself 50 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more. Like
Yeah,
it's just however many days of experience and resources
Yeah.
I lose because he's going that much slower against these monsters.
I've looked stuff up when I don't know. It was only a few times, like in the Zeus thing. You get to a point where it just gives you a bunch of options, and I just actually couldn't evaluate.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the badges?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I was
really
glad I looked that up because that had a huge downside if I'd gone the wrong way.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know. It's also
Were
like,
any of the options like when you looked them up? Were any of the options like so different than what you thought the results would be?
Well, like it could be the difference between taking a month and a half to get
Yeah.
through something, and taking 2.5 months to
Yeah.
get through something.
Mm.
Like
Okay, so you
30
just
days of playtime kind of thing.
so it's just like, oh, this sounds good, and then you take it and you're like, oh, it's not as good as
Yeah, it's
another
like
one.
this thing will speed you up and get you to this thing
Yeah.
way faster. Which is the thing you're actually looking at. You're looking at this thing, and if you get that early,
Yeah.
then it takes twice as much time to get this thing or whatever. So like there's kind of a sequence, and sometimes you can assess it pretty easily. Usually, like we've talked in the past about how you get when you unlock shards, you buy the things that get you more shards from with shards,
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's really easy to
Yeah,
assess
yeah.
because it's a self
Yep.
propelling machine, right?
Yep.
But then by nature of these games, so many elements are interconnected.
Yeah.
That it can be like, oh, this one looks good. It's like a raw resource or whatever, and
you're gonna get it now.
Yeah,
all of it. You get all of that benefit like right now.
Yeah, and like, oh shit, yeah. But then if you have a look, oh, this thing doesn't give you a raw resource, but it does double up the rate that you get everything
So you're
else.
actually getting more.
So you're gonna wait 2 weeks before you get the big thing you were looking at, instead of getting it now. But then everything else is also gonna be cut that time in half. Whereas you'd get that thing now, and then you have to wait 4 weeks to get the next thing.
Yep.
And then, it's just.
I also don't care too much anymore though. Like,
yeah,
you burning out?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just that.
You mean you don't care how long or how much?
I don't care too much how long things are going to take.
Yeah.
Because, like, some days I just open it a couple times a day, and then go back to whatever.
Yeah.
It's not.
You're not as concerned with min-maxing anymore.
Yeah, because the burden of min-maxing is like extremely high.
Yep. Yeah. This is what I was trying to get to the last couple times you talked about it, is that min-max psychology of like, if you don't set something up, then you just feel bad that you've lost.
Yeah, but if look, you're not. Paul and I are never going to be the top players. Because the top players also started 2 years before us, and like all these people probably have bots set up and they're running it on a virtual machine.
Yeah, but then also at that point, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. You're not playing the game, and so we understand. But they're playing a different game. They're playing a leaderboard game.
Yeah,
and we're playing the game.
Yeah, with a bunch of other people running bots, and it's like who can make the best bot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's an interesting game in itself. But it's not the game I want to play. Yeah. It's because part of it is like. You hit a point where you're not talking about 1,000, like a 10% multiplier being good. You're talking about what when you want to go from the difference of like 500 E50 or 10 E50 or whatever. I guess 1 E50. Can't do it, 1 E50 to 1 E51. You're not talking about +1. You're talking about times 10. And so, one thing I like to think about is like. Sometimes you're waiting for something like I've got shards running and I need to get to E75 shards or maybe I think it's E79 shards for my next like a big thing or whatever it is. And I think I'm on like E75 or something like that. And the difference between E75 and E76 might be 10 minutes. E75 to E76 to E77 will be 100 minutes. E77 to E78 will be 1,000.
Yep.
And then E78 to E79 will be 10,000.
Oh god.
And so like every step up, you'll be going. Instead of a month, it's going to be a year.
Yeah.
Cool. Like that's
super cool.
Those are the time differences.
Yeah.
And so you have to when you start to understand the time scaling and the number scaling there, and there are things that will throw a wrench in the works there. But
the thing that deceived me a little bit was the Oro multiplier, where it starts. The range goes between ×1 and ×2, and I was like,
yes.
oh, ×2, that's only double. That's not that important. But it goes up in like 0.0001 increments, which is the same thing.
What?
It's the same.
The difference between 1.000001 and 1.000002 is double.
Yeah. So when you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter because all I would get out of this is double.
Yeah.
And actually, if you wait a while, the increases you're getting to this are exponential.
Yeah.
Just only up to 2.
Yes. And there's I was thinking about the meltdown thing because you said you felt like you were getting a big boost.
Yes.
And I think there's 2 ways in which that is true, or 2 cases. Case 1 is when you're at the end of a run, and you get that because it is a multiplier across a bunch of things, and at a time when it's really hard to get any advancement.
Well, it's also
it's increasing the cap.
Yeah, but in some of the calculations, it's like literally to the power of your meltdown.
What?
Yeah, if you look up the calculations for some of the things, so like it is significant. I don't remember.
There must be mods I don't have or something. Is it specific mods?
I don't even remember. I just remembered looking up the where it was used to figure out why it felt like it was so significant.
Is it there's a thing that hooks into your meltdown? Like, are there mods that hook into your meltdown, or are you just talking about the meltdown itself?
I'm talking about how where meltdown is used in the calculations for the things you're getting.
Okay, because the 2 cases I could think of where it's it will feel significant is like when there are very few other advancement options, and because all of your stats are compressed, increasing this uncompresses it a bit.
Yep.
Which can feel big. The other one is at the start of a run, when you first start, your meltdown score is 1, right? But then the next run, your meltdown score might be 50.
Yep.
Right, and that's huge. You're blowing through that 50 times faster.
But it's all fractions too, right? Like it's not even 1. It's 0.0001.
Yes. So it's actually not 50 times faster. It's like some absurd number faster. But yeah, it's interesting stuff. I think I'm right on the brink of maybe being able to beat that first Borg boss. By the way, I'm halfway through level 27.
Do you remember that podcast episode where I was like, I just beat the first boss?
No, was that a while ago? It must have been a long time ago.
It was.
Shit, man.
That would have been months ago.
Yeah,
that would have been months ago.
I'm a little annoyed that my Aussie is now out leveling my Borg.
Yeah,
did that happen to you?
Yep.
Right around the time of the first boss.
Yeah, beating the boss helps, I think, but they move at completely different rates at different times depending on.
They've got different scaling as well. Like even within their experience bars, I think they have different amounts per level.
Do they?
Well, certainly the emblems are different.
Yeah, mine keep getting stuck at the same point.
Interesting. All right, we should really start the podcast.
Did I ask before how many bosses are there?
I don't.
Or do you? Is there no way of knowing? It's just a boss appears that you can do.
I tried to. I did a little bit of and very very little looking into this because I don't want to spoil myself too much. But I had the question basically of like how far through.
Yeah. How far are you?
This component of the game can people get? And I think maybe people have gotten to a 3rd or 4th boss.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There's a
there's an
boss.
easy way to tell.
Is the leaderboard, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna do.
And
So I
I
can see
think
what the
I'm pretty
maximum
sure. I'm
level
pretty sure.
is.
Like
Does it
no
say
one's
how many bosses
no
they've
one's
beaten on
gotten
there or
really.
something?
I might be mistaken, but I don't think people have gotten past like level 400.
I doubt it. It gets slow.
Which is crazy because like I'm at level 100, and there's a boss every 100 levels. So you'd think, oh, I should be able. I'll beat this. There's going to be some period of time before I hit the next one,
Yeah.
and then a similar period of time. But people have been playing for years, and they're only
Interesting.
a few hundred above me.
Exponential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the highest level Borg, max stage for Borg, rank 1 on the leaderboard is stage 447,
Yeah.
which means they've done 4 bosses.
Yeah.
Aussie's 397.
So no
So no one's even made it
ever
to the
even
fourth.
seen the fourth boss for Aussie.
If there is one.
Wow.
Which there has to be, right?
Oh, wow.
Huh? Huh?
The next one's even worse.
Is that I remember his name? It's shit. No, I don't know it. You can tell me. I already know.
Nox.
Nox.
Max stage is 200.
Have you got Nox?
Yes. I haven't beaten the first boss.
Have you hit the first boss?
Yes.
I hit
maybe a month ago.
I hit Aussie's first boss quite early on.
Yeah.
Because he has that crazy health regen scaling. If you toggle out of the damage and toggle it to regen, he can get crazy scaling.
Oh, yeah.
Does the leaderboard say how long people have been playing?
No.
Because that would be interesting.
But it does show how many cells they have, how many it's subdivided into tons and tons of different categories.
No, it shows a bunch of stuff, but not that.
All right, we should kick this off.
Yep.